All right. Hi there, everyone. I'm gonna say I am waiting to confirm whether or not I'm live. My soft OBS being very confusing. I've been talking for the better part of a minute or so. I went live 9:30 on the dot, speaking, waiting for the chat to engage with me. Nothing, crickets. And then I look down and it says there's a little I could show you. I will show you. This little button, it said exactly that, stop streaming. So I started streaming, but then there's a button right next to it that said go live. So what does that mean if I'm streaming but I'm not live? I don't know who I was streaming to or where I was streaming. Apparently I was streaming but I wasn't live, so I had to hit the button go live. So you didn't miss anything. All you missed was me saying hi, hello, it's me, Big Nick. Can anyone hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, tonight we're taking a walk down memory lane. We are continuing a series here that has been dead in the water for the probably better part of a year, where I watch old content and I comment. Tonight's walk down memory lane happens to be April 23rd, 2022. Our live stream from Audiotree at Lincoln Hall in Chicago, Illinois. There's a lot of context here that I'm going to share with you. This is a 2-hour performance, so we're going to be here for a minute. I'm actually going to try to not interrupt the songs too much, just because we'll be up all night if I give too much commentary. But I do want to give my little opening keynote address or opening monologue here that provides the context that this is, there's this thing in the pandemic where I started releasing these songs on the internet called Songs on the Computer. And sometime in 2021, it looked like things were getting better, and we booked a show. We announced a show in the summer of 2021 at a venue called Shuba's in Chicago. Sorry, I got confused by a message. Thad said, Nick, do you know this show isn't actually available on Patreon? I do know that. Tonight is the first ever. This is an illegal stream. We do not own the rights to this performance. It is not hosted anywhere because Audiotree owns the rights to it. And this is my special gift to you guys, a peek behind the curtain. We're reaching into the vault, and we are making this available for the first time ever. And anyways, so we book this show. We book a show in the summer of 2021 at a venue called Shuba's in Chicago. And the date was in October, sometime in October. And it sells out immediately. This venue had, I think, 250 capacity. I'm immediately humbled. I can't even sell out 250 tickets in my hometown of Chattanooga, Tennessee, let alone a city I've never played before in my life, Chicago, Illinois. So we're like, what in Gremlin hell is happening here? Let's add a second show. Boom, sells out within an hour. So we have two back-to-back sold-out shows in October of 2021 at Shuba's in Chicago. So we're like, man, we got a lot of songs to learn. We got all these songs on the computer. We've never played them live before. I wrote them in the matter of hours and days, and never dreamed I'd be playing them with a band. So we're trying to learn these songs. And then guess what? The virus rears its head again, the Delta variant. We have to cancel the shows. We postpone them to April of 2023. No, 22. April 2022. We postpone the shows. We move to the bigger venue, Lincoln Hall. It's like the Jeffersons. Moving on up. This venue has a capacity of 500. So we've already sold 500 tickets. So that's night one sold out. They say, let's add a second night. And we didn't sell out second night. But we came pretty stinking close. We sold like 400 tickets. We sold like 900 tickets total between the two shows. So this was like the thrill of our lifetimes. We've never done anything like this before. And we're, of course, wanting to go all out. We've never played any of these songs before. This is a historical weekend. We work our asses off for the better part of a year, learning these songs, honing the show. We've got Brielle Garcia creating visuals for the show, and we create a brand new character called Cowboy John that we can't wait to debut. We got a young buck called Asa on the trumpet, and we're ready to roll. We think, you know what? We might want to have a dry run, a dress rehearsal locally. We'll announce it the day before. We know the people in the crowd won't know anything about these songs, but it doesn't matter. We should make sure we can play these songs from an audience. So that's what we do. We go to Wanderlinger in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a week before we go to Chicago. We play like a 3-hour set with all the material, and it goes great. We're feeling better than ever. We could do this in our sleep, so to speak. So it's just as easy as getting there and playing the show now, right? Wrong. I get a text message from Adam, our beloved drummer. Adam Brown gets a text message, I think, on Wednesday morning. I caught the virus. I'm sick as a dog. I can't make the show. I thought it was a nightmare. I cried real tears. I thought it was a dream. I thought it was a literal nightmare. I can't think of a worst case scenario that our drummer gets sick and can't play the show 2-3 days before this sold out back-to-back weekend of shows, after a year of preparation, having already had to cancel once. So we have an emergency meeting, me and John and Eric. Here are our options. Acoustic. We do an acoustic set. It's what I do with you guys all the time. We're like, man, we could do that, but we just feel like we really want to blow people away, and can we do that with just a laid-back, stripped-down acoustic set? But there's option one. Option two is we try to find a drummer. And we immediately are like, there's no way. We've been working on these songs, but no drummer can learn these songs in 2 days. It doesn't make any sense, so we'll move on from that one. Last one. Maybe we can play along to some loops or some drum machines. That's going to be tricky, but I don't know how that's going to... I don't know. Anyways, we got these 3 options. We think, okay, well, maybe if we combine the drum machine option with the acoustic option, we could have a show that is cut into 3 parts where we have like 30 minutes acoustic, 30 minutes with a pre-taped drum machine, and then maybe we get the best stuff. We have like 30 minutes of material that we can get a drummer to learn, get a real pro, and we see if we can put together a show this way. So I hit up all the best drummers in Chattanooga. None of them can do it. One of them has a lead, a contact in Chicago. That sends me down a rabbit hole of contacting maybe 20 drummers in Chicago. Some of the best guys, pro, studio guys, session guys, touring guys. All of them are booked for the weekend, but each of them has one other person they can recommend, and I'm just cold calling people, letting them know we'll pay you whatever you need. This is a sold-out show. We need a pro. Finally, the clouds open, and it was actually the venue. They said, we got a buddy. His name's Greg Fundus. He plays in Led Zeppelin 2, and he'll do it. He can do this. He's your guy. I talked to Fundus. I sent him the songs. I said, dude, here's what we got. If you could learn 30 minutes of our 2-hour set, I think we'll be good. And he says, I think I can do it all. I think I can do the full 2-hour show. And I said, all right, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that because I can't afford to get my hopes up right now. But I'm coming to Chicago, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're going to get together, and we're going to play these songs. I'm trying to condense his story as much as we can, but we get together, and we play the songs, and he knows them like the back of his hand. He's got them all written down. You can see when we watch the show, he's got a little lamp, and he's got a sheet music that he wrote it all out, and he's got a little cheat sheet. And it was just miraculous. It was Greg was one of the sweetest, coolest, most optimistic, fun guys. He took such a stressful, bad situation and just totally turned it on its head, and he just freaking killed the performance. He was somehow able to incorporate Adam's drum loop, which just also doesn't make any sense to me how that's even possible. And by some miracle, we pull it off, and we have a Friday night performance that was one for the books. It was a dream come true. It was fantastic. And now all we got to do is do it again. We wake up. Now we got the live stream. We're going to have all of the internet watching tonight. This is the 23rd. This is night 2. and I wake up and my voice is gone, and I can't sing. And I'm drinking hot toddies. I'm taking anything I can to try to get my voice. I go to Whole Foods. I buy everything at Whole Foods. I'm trying to get all these remedies, but my voice is just totally shot. I already skipped over. There's a whole other thing where Brielle's visuals couldn't work. So the whole, Brielle made all these fantastic visuals, which if you've seen us in the last 2 years, you've probably seen these visuals, but they're supposed to be debuted in Chicago, and we couldn't get the tech to work. So it was just like one thing after the other, and we couldn't get the visuals to work Friday night, but we were very confident we'd be able to crack it on Saturday night because we went to the Apple store and we got the right tech, and it still didn't work. So anyways, I'm just telling you, this is the context in which we're beginning the show is just punch after punch after punch after punch, and but then we get on stage and this is what happens, and I want to shut up, but I feel like I can't because I just keep talking. Anyways, let's listen. Let's begin. This is the 100K band in Chicago, Illinois, playing for the second time ever. Well, technically the third time if you count the show where Adam caught COVID, but no one really cared about that one. So here we go. Let's do this. Please confirm that you guys can hear this music happening. How you guys doing? A paralyzed nation was sick and depressed. Gotta get myself together. Try to take a deep breath, all because there may never be a Gremlin 3. Correct, Rachel. There were some issues with the amp that you get some guys run on stage and figure it out here in a minute. But add that to the pile. They've robbed us of history. Gremlins 4, Gremlins 5. Instead we had 14 land before time. I close my eyes and gremlins are all that I see. I had Gremlin 6 and Gremlin 7. Instead we got COVID and 9/11. So tell me where the Gremlins go. Been so long and nothing to show. Imagine there's a film where Gizmo becomes a gremlin and teaches the other gremlins about democracy. And they lost in the middle of a country that named the Gremlin Nation. that's where it's fixed, and I feel like you can see a major change in my demeanor here moving forward.
I'm singing, where did the Kremlins go? We could have had Gremlins 8 with Gremlins in space, but instead we got Bezos. Then in Gremlins 9, Gremlins travel through time, but instead we got Bezos. In Gremlins 10, we could have had robot gremlins, but instead we got robot dogs and Jeff Bezos. 31 years has never gone so slow. I'll be lying in my casket crying, where did the Gremlins go?
I'm going to pause for a quick moment. Rachel was asking about, there was some guitar tech issues at the front where I came out and couldn't hear my guitar. That was very scary, especially I'm thinking the whole time, like, man, the end of the song has a really long guitar solo, and this is going to be really humiliating in about 2 minutes if this doesn't get figured out. I'm going to have to run over and whisper in Cowboy John's ear and say, go crazy, man. This is your moment. Anyways, I think after I got through that solo, I felt like I was riding easy and things were okay. I've seen this a lot because I use this for promo for stuff, especially that last minute or so. But I haven't watched anything really past this in a very long time, so I'm excited to keep going. If you guys have questions, ask them. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat during the songs, but I'm going to try to keep this moving, and then I'll stop and answer all the questions in between the songs. So without further ado, here's the next song.
Wow! Nice to see y'all. How you doing, Chicago? You guys seem fun. My name is Nick. This is the $100,000 band. Say hello to all these guys. Each one of them costs $25K. Not cheap. Crazy Rick. Cowboy John. The great Greg Fundis. And Gen Z Asa Williams. We got a lot of songs we want to play, so we're just going to move things along, but we are so glad you're here, all right? It's been a long week. I feel like I could use a vacation. sing at your inauguration. The people elected, they need something to get them down to. It's a Halloween plan, so why not make the take the spirit Halloween for the national anthem? America stand up, hand in hand, we'll all stand taller. Happy to lead the charge. It'll only cost $100,000. It's cheaper than meatloaf, cheaper than seal, cheaper than Elton. Honestly, it's still cheaper than Sting, cheaper than Simon. It's comparable to Garfunkel, cheaper than Springsteen, cheaper than Cher, cheaper than Jay-Z. Living pretty bad, cheaper than Axl, cheaper than Neil. And America can heal. Grandma's back and her boyfriend is a maniac. He thinks that I killed his birds. If I don't pay him $100,000, my face is gonna look much worse. But really, I don't even care about that. I just need to unite this nation. The only way is if you let me play Biden's inauguration. Let's all sing the Irishman theme of Biden's inauguration. Pay me $100K to play Biden's inauguration. Cheaper than meatloaf, cheaper than Seal, cheaper than Elton. Honestly, it's still cheaper than Sting, cheaper than Simon. It's comparable to Garfunkel, cheaper than Springsteen, cheaper than Cher, cheaper than Jay-Z. Really pretty big, cheaper than Axl, cheaper than Steve, and Bill won't murder. Thank you.
So that was pay me $100K to play Joe Biden's inauguration. I know we don't play that song at every show, but I have a very particular memory of us playing that in Atlanta this year, and the crowd just the energy. I don't know if they were moshing, and maybe it's because Days and Days was there. There's a rowdier crowd, but the energy was just like insane during that song, and it made me feel like I should play this at every show. This might be a top song. I never really considered it to be one of those before that point. But anyways, Thad was asking about do I worry about people in the audience not being familiar with the lore, and I actually had the exact opposite worry with these shows, just because I was in the middle of doing the Songs of the Computer thing. And, we announced these shows, and they sold out so quickly. I knew that it was the people who are fans of Songs of the Computer that were coming to see these shows, and I was really worried that it was going to be a snooze fest when we played Swords and anything else. And that was the biggest surprise and the biggest joy of this weekend, is seeing that people were singing along to those songs and were just as engaged with those songs as much as they were with Songs of the Computer. So this was just kind of an eye-opening moment, that this tightrope act of a show where we kind of like are moving between these two worlds of like kind of sincere rock band and also like weird performance art comedy show can kind of coexist without needing to like dip too deeply into like either world. But anyways, let's keep moving.
So we are halfway through our 2-night tour. And we have the lovely folks from Audiotree here. Give it up for Audiotree. And we actually touched base right before we came on. I said, do we have any idea how many people are watching tonight? And they said, we have more people tuning in tonight than more people that tuned into the last Super Bowl. So we're breaking records tonight. So it's really unbelievable. We're very popular.
That's something I got at Whole Foods for my voice.
I already made Gremlins 3. So this next one is a song I wrote in pre-pandemic years, and I hope some of.
Keep in mind, I've also had many hot toddies for my voice, and it turns out whiskey has another effect rather than kind of like easing a sore throat or like a raw, butchered throat. And you could probably notice that as I slur my words throughout the evening.
You at least know it. It's called Sick. It's from my record Swords. So we didn't play it last night. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Singing the same old song. I'm sick of singing the same old song. I get sick of thinking I'm right when I'm wrong. I'm sick of thinking 'cause I'm always wrong. Nothing's what it seems to be, at least that's how it seems to me. All I can do is sing along. All I can do is sing my song. All I can do is when there's nothing to say. I'm sick of speaking 'cause there's nothing to say. And I get sick of reaching for the words to convey. I'm sick of seeing your duplicitous face. All I had to say, all I can say is searching for something to see. I'm always searching for something to see. I get sick of flirting with intangible things. I'm sick of hurting those in front of me. The time I've wasted chasing phantoms haunts me like an empty canvas hung directly over me, perpetually out of reach. All I can see is Thank you.
Wow. All right, you guys had a couple questions. Well, this really wasn't a question, but Sam had a very nice comment about never given the horns a thought before, and that's interesting you say that, Sam, and you probably never had because the studio version of Sick does not have any horns on it. The parts that the horns are playing are present, but their vocals, they're I don't know how well you guys can hear this guitar, if at all, but on the record it's and then the second part is So I'm just singing that on the record. And for some reason, we didn't even think about trying it out on horns. And then, when we got to do it live, it was always hard for me to jump out of singing that and right into singing the verses. So we had them take that over on the horns. And now I'll say it's hard for me to listen to the studio version sometimes because I prefer the live version so much better. I really think the horns add so much to that song. It's one of my favorite songs we play, I think. There were a couple other questions in here, I think. Carrie said, how does it feel to hear yourself and watch yourself playing these songs? Like, do you feel self-conscious or anything? I think I've done it enough at this point that I've gotten used to it, but I mean, it's definitely like I typically, it's very rare that I hear a performance and I'm like, yeah, nailed it. I mostly am hearing whatever is coming short, and I think that's just a bit of a curse that comes with this sort of thing, and I don't really view it as a negative. I've just become numb to it, essentially. I will say there's something really cool about watching these, just because Greg, listening to a guy play with us that had just heard these songs for the first time a couple days earlier and hearing his kind of take on things is a lot of fun to revisit after stepping away for so long. I say the thing that's usually the most cringeworthy is when I address the crowd in between the songs, because I never have any idea what I'm about to say then, which we're about to see how that's about to go right now. After I answer Natalie's question, which was, do you give any direction when it comes to the lighting on stage? We do not. They typically ask, and I just say, do whatever feels right, and they typically, we're lucky enough to be playing venues where we're at the level where the people that are working the lighting rigs know what they're doing, and we're always happy, typically. Anyways, let's keep rolling.
Do you guys like country music? So I'm from the South, and you know what that means. This next one is a #1 hit on country radio. This is the #1 hit on country radio. I wanna sing at the rodeo. I wanna drive an old dirt road till the cows come home. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gonna do it with the yodeling boy. I'm gonna party with God. Gonna be a backroad cowboy, country music star. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gonna be on CMC. Gonna put on some cowboy boots and head to Nashville, Tennessee. I need to get back to my country roots, 'cause I'm from the South and that's country as hell. You're Papa Cowboy if you couldn't tell. Playing country music is so dang fun. So nearly my name, the blood said done. It is the #1 hit on country radio. That's why he's doing the do-say-do. I'll be raking in loads of cash until the cows come home. Gonna do it with the other boy. I'm gonna party with God. Gonna be a rich-ass cowboy country music star. I'm gonna wake up the men in the tunnels under Grandma's house. I'll tell Mel that I heard a bird down there. He should probably go check it out. I'll use my country music money. I'll buy a truck full of cement. And if I never see Mel again, I'll bet that's country music money well spent. Go tell your friends and family country music's got a brand new president. Go tell your friends and family I'm country music brand new president. This is the #1 hit on country radio. That's why I'm doing the do-say-do. And I'll be raking in loads of cash into That's enough about me. We got a whole country band up here tonight. Of course, we got Greg Fundus on the drums. And directly to my right, we have, he says he's a cowboy. I feel like I don't need to wear a cowboy hat to prove I'm a cowboy because I'm from the South. I've got country blood inside of my veins. I feel like maybe he's overcompensating for something. I don't know. But anyways, he goes by Cowboy John, and you've heard him play the country western xylophone, and now he's gonna play the country western saxophone. So, who am I kidding? Sorry, I had to get it out of my system. Come on back, Cowboy John. Come on, come on. Guys, can you help me get Cowboy John back out of you? No, we don't need that. That's not necessary. No, seriously. He doesn't need that. All right, go ahead, hurry. I'll say if I were wearing a country western hat, I would tip it to Cowboy John right now because that was kind of good.
So that's one of my favorite songs to play. That's definitely a lot of people in the chat talking about how that one's evolved, and I'm glad it has. I hope it continues to. I think I didn't anticipate how quickly people would turn on me for Cowboy John. It surprised me to this day, but it's always like I said, it's one of my favorite parts of the shows. I'm sorry, I lost the question. Thaddeus asked, was it a surprise to look into the audience and see someone dressed as Dan? Dan was there both nights, and no, I wasn't surprised. This is this is peak. I don't know. This is coming off of semi-regular Halloween parties. I got to know a lot of you all really well, and at least well enough to know where you'd be and when I'd see you. And then, there were a lot of people in the chat here who I was elated to, and I wasn't even the slightest bit surprised to see in the audience because they told me they were coming, and I was looking forward to seeing them. And I've seen them many times since then. All right, let's keep this train chugging.
Ooh, I dig these low lights. This is a little sexy. Which is perfect because this next one is a love song. So if you guys came here with a partner, hold them tight. All right?
these moments are when it would be nice to have Desmond on stage to fill the space. That's something I think maybe we've gotten a little better at.
You're looking so sweet. Getting stuck inside with you, there ain't much reason to complain. As long as you're a reason, got a reason to think that things are gonna be okay. Next thing you'll take it off your dress, put it on just to take it out, but nonetheless, I'm moving to the bedroom and I must confess that I'm ready to lay you down. But I'm astonished when I hear the sound. One of these cats pissed the bed again. This happens every night. Which one of you emptied a gallon of piss on my pillow? You know this isn't right. Every night in this house it's a new game of Clue. Holy piss is the weapon and the murderer is one of you. We got the bed, she said you need more little boxes, but we ain't got room for more little boxes, so we stuff them under the koozie. Keep a shower curtain on top, draped over the bed, but the minute we forget, it's a new puddle of piss. I'm getting sick of this, getting sick of cleaning piss, sick of sleeping on the couch, I'm sick of not knowing who the perpetrator is. One of these cats is an addict and it's addicted to pissing on out there. Why can't it piss in the jacuzzi like the other cat? Why is it insisting on pissing on every new bedspread? Thanks.
It's another one of my favorites. That whole ending section, I feel like we've never played it the same way twice. And we kind of try to, but we never seem to. It's always a little bit different. And I think that was one of the good ones. Sometimes there's something about it that just doesn't quite get to where I hope it does. But that was a top tier entry in the the adventures of the cat piss improvisation. Maybe one of you guys, does anyone have a favorite cat piss? Any of you guys listen to the soundboards closer than I do and have an idea of what happens where? I'd be interested. I feel like we had a good run on the Webby World Tour, so one of those shows had a good cat piss.
There's a lot of people here. How many people were here last night, I wonder? They're all right here. All right. So, yeah, I guess a lot of you guys bought tickets to see us at Shuba's back in October. Yeah. It's been a long time, right? So here's a short story. You know, we booked this show back in October, and I don't know if you guys are aware. I don't mean to be like breaking news on stage, but we're in the middle of a pandemic called COVID-19. And there was a little thing called the Delta variant that made us reschedule the event. Yeah. So here we are 6 months later. Blessing in disguise, the band is tight, we're polished, we're feeling good. Guess what happens Wednesday morning? Drummer Adam gets COVID. It's exactly how I felt. And then enters Greg Fundus to save the day. We met Greg on Thursday. Hey, but also, since he's sick and he works really hard and he's not here, Adam. All right, yeah, cool, thank you. I'm sure he's watching. I really respect you so much, so thank you for that. This is another song from Swords.
Hey, I hope you guys don't feel like I took away from Greg's thunder there, did I? I've always been a little self-conscious. I remember playing that part back and feeling like maybe I should have gassed Greg up a little bit more in that moment, but I was worried about Adam. I don't want to hurt Adam's feelings. I'm wondering if that was a disservice to my man Greg Fundus.
And it goes like this.
I knew this was bound to happen. Sorry, guys. How long was I talking for? Yeah, okay, I'll paraphrase. All I was saying is that I know I've played this song on recent live streams, like whenever we were promoting the tours last year. So I remember feeling that it was hard to watch. Maybe it won't be as hard to watch in the context of everything, but isolated. This is a song that's really hard to sing, and I think that it's especially apparent how much I'm struggling in the vocal department on this one. Anyways, all that said, I'm going to run upstairs for a quick refill. I'll be back momentarily as Straight Jacket plays.
I fill my cup with an insatiable swell. I draw my water from a virtual well. I'm dying of thirst, but it doesn't taste so bad. I dream my family took a trip on a boat. Treacherous creatures big and of me. The bombs, they fell and we went back to the land. More than the ghost we once tattooed to our hands. With the final bow, I shout that this never was my home. I went out screaming, come on baby, hold me like a straight jacket. Control me like a maniac. I wanna taste the kiss of your digital bliss. I said I'm leaving, but you know me so much better than that. Oh, throw me like a pumpkin and nape in your lap. Mold me in the image of a down that I'm longing for to fix your tentacle grip. Don't you ever let me go, dog. Let me go, let me go. Hold me like a straight jacket. Control me like a maniac. I wanna taste the kiss of your so much better than that. Control me. Control me. Control me. Or dispose of me. Show me anything except for what's directly affecting me. I can't sit here pretending that I can see what my it's nothing personal, no, it's much, much worse. I know there's something better than this. Hold me like a straight jacket. Control me like a maniac. I wanna taste the kiss of your digital bliss. Said I'm leaving, but you know me.
This was one of those songs that we played the night before, I'm pretty sure. And make sure I'm unmuted. I remember that was a song that I particularly remembered looking into the audience and seeing many people singing along. And that was a very, that was kind of a whoa. I don't know if I think I was fully anticipating that I would see a lot of people. I wouldn't say that I imagine they'd be dozing off, but whatever the closest equivalent to that is while still being awake. Maybe running for the beer line, the bathroom, and I just saw happy, engaged people singing and dancing, and that was an all-time moment for me. The night before that was pretty early in the set. And yeah, and it's been that way ever since. It's been cool. There hasn't really been many moments during a set where I'm like, oh man, I just lost this audience. Holy. Okay. Let's get back to it.
This next one is the Maybe I'm Amazed portion of the night, where I show off my keyboard skills.
We don't do this really anymore just because it's such a logistical hassle getting the keyboard out there, and it's just one more thing to lug around and get set up. And but I do like these moments in the shows, especially like looking back on them. Anyways, here it is.
It's a ballad. It's the Ballad of Don Jr. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my message to the Instagram gals, crushing Don Jr.'s algorithm. Yeah, you've been cut. Think this actual 10-second clip of him attempting to face the camera told him is worth only 250,000 views. How dare you I dreamed we hunted Hunter Biden, then shoved him in a locker. Asked him how it felt to just be known for his famous father. Isn't it pathetic, or isn't it a shame to have no remnant of identity outside your father's name? When you look down at your hands, uncalloused and cold, can't you see all that you hold has been handed to you? Does that make you feel small? Do you ever look back at your life and sob? 38 years and your younger sister shallow, crying, Daddy, please love me. Daddy, please see me. Dad, don't you love me? Dad, don't you see me? Dad, don't you love me? Daddy, please see me. Dad, can't you love me? Dad, won't you see me?
So that's a rad one. That's really fun to watch just because we haven't played that one in a long time. But I love it's just such a short song, and it's a lot of work to maintain because there's like the three different movements, and like there's just kind of a lot, like especially on a technical level with the loop machine. There's like 3 separate loops, and they're like having to move around and like having to count everyone in to start at the same place. And it's just totally miraculous that Greg was able to kind of figure that out and do that in the context of a 2-hour show with the amount of time he had. It's really mind-blowing because it's difficult enough to do as is after we've rehearsed it for months and months. All right, let's keep going.
Hey, thank you guys.
Devin, my live gear has not changed at all, which is stupid and sucks because I have a twin reverb which weighs like 300 pounds. It's probably one of the worst amps to travel with.
Binoculars were hunted for the letter Q for darkness, but they couldn't find a single 10 miles south of my old house. Damn, that wasn't hard. I'll take the cat onto the local truck rally. I'll do my bottom and pull back with what I see. Turn the cameras around. Take a look at the crowd. Jimmy took a show. He doesn't know how to work a computer, or he can't admit that he's complicit to the phony batch of lies. No surprise, they have real life consequences. People die. Joker tries to paint the insurrectionist thick. Jimmy took a show. He's got to go. Make a charismatic pose. The murder charges have been dropped, and I'm not seen a bull back and take more than one thing. And I'll put that tomorrow. Just let me share it up with that butt shit up.
Hell yeah.
How's everybody doing?
As some of you have alluded to in the comments, that one's very hard to play. And it's independently hard to play on guitar and sing. It's a lot of words, as many words as you guys have probably seen me. And it's one of those things where you mess up one word and it's like a house, everything else falls apart. Like it's very hard to recover because everything's moving so quickly. That's why you'll probably pretty often hear me flub a verse, and then for the next 10 seconds I'm singing. It's hard to kind of get back on track because things are moving so quickly. And also the guitar's doing the same thing, so it's a little bit of a rubbing your head and patting your stomach at the same time kind of thing.
Beautiful. So, where's everybody from? Nice, I've been there. The first hours can make it last. Just let it be the case. They're showing teeth and getting brave. This time we put them in the place. We'll round them up and make them pay. Leave them out at the gates of our superior place. That the others been expelled. Why do I feel it has some help? Perhaps the problem is myself, my superior. Whoa! You'll never understand.
Hell yup. That one is another one of my favorites. And I saw we need to address an elephant in the room here. I saw a couple people talk about Greasy. They didn't have a camera on Greasy, and of course, that's not something we were aware of until after the fact. We were able to watch it. It's a very blasphemous move on behalf of Audiotree. We are very appreciative to have this stream, of course, but we're also very angry and filled with rage and, frankly, vengeance at not being able to see Greasy up close and personal during the show, and it's something that everyone should write to their senators about. Or maybe write to Peter Jackson, see if maybe somehow he could use AI to correct this mistake in the future and get it streaming on Disney Plus, maybe.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know, folks. I feel like that might be an all-timer Barracuda. That was a really strong one. I didn't remember that being that strong. That was pretty cool to watch. Greg killed it, of course. So I gotta know. I've seen some people are mentioning Nightfall. It's something we got to start getting ready for later this year. And I'm curious if you sound off in the chat. I'm going to observe what's a song that you would be upset if you traveled to hear us play, and you would really be remiss to learn that we didn't play the song. Not necessarily asking for like what's the deep cut that you most, but like what's just like the one song that you feel like really needs to be in a set, every set. You can't come to see the show without hearing it. I'm just curious if any song comes to mind and what that song might be. Something to think about.
How about a little crowd participation? All right, you guys got to pay attention. This is a little bit complicated. I don't know if you guys know this, but when Cowboy John's not busy playing with a $100,000 band, he happens to be a conductor. And I'm not a conductor of trains, a conductor of music. So he's going to conduct you all. Come on, Cowboy. We're going to assign you roles. We're going to have left, middle, and right. And you're each going to be assigned a part. So we're going to start with the middle here. Middle, what does a cat say? No, what else does a cat say? Perfect, purr. When Cowboy John points at you guys, you say, perfect. All right, you guys, right. When Cowboy John points at you all, you're going to say, when life hands you lemons, you make lemon.
I remember one thing that we were a little irritated about getting this back, because they didn't have crowd mics. So despite there being like 400 people in the room, it always sounds like there's like 8 guys in the back of a bar anytime we end a song. That's not the coolest thing. I wish we had some, because I remember people were sharing their cell phone vids, and it was just uproarious. It was very, very loud in there, and this does not reflect that.
Aid, not AIDS, aid. All right, now we have the left over here. What is the #1 form of transportation for all patriots in the United States of America? You put them together, what do you get? Let's do it again. Yeah, ready. Cowboy John says you're ready. So we're going to start slow, but you guys are going to help me sing this one as I shout my voice a little bit. So you guys are going to give me a break, and you're going to do the singing, and Cowboy John's going to help you out with the parts, all right? Looking for directions to the... Gonna get a sunburst standing out here all day. I'm looking for directions to the... Trying to meet a lady at... Forgot my shoes at home, and now my feet are turning gray. I'm missing Grandma's birthday for love. We're gonna try it a little bit faster. Looking for directions to the boat parade. Gonna get a summer standing out here all day. Trying to find a ticket to the boat parade.
I appreciate the voters for Trump.
Boat parade. Gonna meet a lady in the boat parade. Got my shoes at home and now my feet are turning gray. I'm missing Grandma's birthday, but I'm boat parade. Boat parade, 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 boat parade.
And I just wish I had time. I'd get on one of those boats and I'd be carrying a flag also. It looks like you're having a good time and the whole world is watching.
Boat parade, boat parade, boat parade, boat parade. These guys don't need you. Thank you guys. Good night.
All right. And we wonder why I don't have a voice. Oh, boy. That's a song I wrote called Boat Parade. Yeah. I want to. So I think Carrie, someone asked about fundraisers at Nightfall for music videos. That's something that I had mentioned, and I'll just say that we're doing Nightfall. The money from Nightfall is going to that, and then although it hasn't been officially announced, the after party at JJ's Bohemia is officially a thing, and all the money from that is also going to go towards music videos and whatever. And although I haven't been as diligent in making sure everything's lined up for it to happen, I still fully intend to line up at least one, hopefully two events on the Saturday after Nightfall, some kind of VIP meet and greet, hangout type thing. And then there's so much going on, but I would love so much to do a live SNL kind of thing. So hopefully if we could get the venues locked in for those two spaces and use those as fundraising opportunities, I think those would be a blast, and it would also just be incredibly helpful in making this album rollout as badass as we hope it to be. Because, boy, we're finally flying on some really creative ideas. Me and Eric are going to be driving out to Atlanta this Tuesday to do a location scout, and stuff's not cheap, and that's the scary part. But I'm pretty confident we'll be able to raise a pretty chunk of change that weekend. And anyways, hopefully that answers your question. And let's keep this show rolling.
It's pretty impressive, guys. You guys mind if I play more piano for you? Rogan? All right. This one is about me trying to get on Joe Rogan podcast to move some money. I gotta go on the Joe Rogan podcast. Let me go on a Joe Rogan podcast. Gonna talk MMA on MDMA. I've been eating raw meat for 11 days straight. Bleeding out to my toilet, and I know it's gonna be okay. 'Cause I'm gonna be going on the Joe Rogan podcast. I gotta move some buds today. Let me go on the Joe Rogan podcast. I gotta move some buds. I moved a lot of money to some really bad folks. I try to feed milk to the men in the tunnels, and grandma won't let it go. You have Proud Boys, white nasties queuing on. It's directors and talent shows on your show. Let me go on a Joe Rogan pod. I'm no less dangerous than your average guest. Let me go on a Joe Rogan pod. He's gonna put a bullet in my head if I don't move this merch and I don't pay my debt. We got Hell Yo t-shirts at the merch booth, signed by Desmond himself. He's currently raising funds. He's serving a term in Guantanamo Bay as he awaits trial. So if you'd help him out, he'd really appreciate it. Gotta go on a Joe Rogan podcast. Gotta go on a Joe Rogan podcast. Gotta go on a Joe Rogan podcast. gracias. That's Spanish for thank you.
Sorry, thank you guys for letting me know that I was muted. I'll reset. All I said was I believe we worked on that post Joe Rogan instrumental section for like so many rehearsals, trying to get it just right. And I don't want to say we worked on it more than anything else, but we definitely worked on it just as long as anything else we ever worked on. And it was really kind of, I wouldn't say it was complex, but it was just like there was a lot of kind of like subtle, like we got really, really big and then we bring it really low and we try to like slowly climb. And it was something that we didn't really nail with Greg just because it was one of those things that we've been like really honing away at for months and months and trying to get just right. And I think we could kind of feel that we'd built, we'd put all this work in and we had this really high expectation for how the ending of that song could go. And it's funny, I don't know if we've ever played that song live since then. I know we don't play it very often. And I just kind of had the realization of watching that was a really unrealistic expectation to watch that performance and be like, oh, it just doesn't really work. Because I think it comes down more so to the fact that Greg had just met us 2 or 3 days earlier, and I'm just so distracted by all these muted. Surely you guys can all hear me now. Sorry, I'm still just seeing muted on the side. Anyways, that's a song. That's a song we worked really, really hard on, and then we kind of just moved on from it, and we counted it as an L. But it's cool we have this little documentation of our best effort. So let's keep moving.
All right, this next one's a true story, believe it or not. I'm trapped, can't sleep, hearing things, can't help but think it's coming for me. Echoes ring deep, repeatedly, medicine, you know what I mean. Oh no, I'm being haunted by the ghost of an spirit. Oh no, I fear it's come to claim my soul and drag me back to hell. Oh no, I'm haunted by the ghost of an spirit. When I was a kid, I used to get excited for adventures with him. But now that I'm grown, his ghost insists that he was never my friend. Oh no, I'm being haunted by the ghost of an spirit. Oh no, I feel he's come to claim my soul and drag me back to hell. Oh no, haunted by the ghost of an spirit.
Grandma was right. The prophecy is true.
Ernest?
The men in this house are coming and hell on earth is nigh. An event of apocalyptic, cataclysmic proportions will take place 1 week from today. Unless you receive 5 million retweets on this very song.
What? That's impossible!
This is your mission.
Oh no! This is the gospel of the ghost of an spirit. Oh no! An apostle for the ghost of an spirit. Oh no! Gospel of the ghost of an spirit.
So I think I'm on the record, or that's one of my favorite songs, "Haunted by the Ghost of Ernest P. Worrell." I'm really happy with how that one came together for such a dumb subject matter. I think it sounds really pretty, and I think it works really well live. And I love Ernest. I love Jim Varney. Carrie asked. Ernest Scared Stupid was like my all-time favorite movie as a kid. That and The Dark Crystal. Every time I went to Blockbuster, I would make my parents rent me either The Dark Crystal or Ernest Scared Stupid. I also was a big fan of Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Goes to Jail. Never was a fan of Ernest Saves Christmas. Thought it was boring. But then, I rented the Ernest movies until he died. I was probably too old to keep watching Ernest movies, but I was a Jim Varney stan, and I am to this day. I'm not ashamed to admit it. That said, that song hit the exact halfway point of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to do an intermission. We're going to keep moving, but it begs the question: Are our shows too long? We've been doing this for a while. We've been here for an hour, and we're just halfway through. How are you guys feeling? You still with me? Let's keep this train rolling.
Sit this one out. It's got nothing to do with me. I let them figure it out. Just don't let it ruin my plan. We're halfway there. My thoughts and prayers are worth a lot. It's not that I don't care. It's just too busy. It's just too scared. Your silence is louder than you think it is. Your eyelids comfort you while others suffer. Your time is running out to call this what it is. Your silence is spineless. We only get it wrong time and time again. Thank God that they're looking for justice, not revenge. I wanna get it right. I wanna take a stand. I wanna be better than I've been. The blood is still dripping from my hand. Your silence is louder than you think it is. Your eyelids comfort you while others suffer. Your time is running out to call this what it is. Your silence is spineless. Your silence is louder than you think it is. Thanks.
Okay, so I just noticed that I didn't mute my microphone during that, and no one said anything that I saw in the chat. So do I need to keep muting myself? It sounds like maybe it's not bothering. If I can see that there is some audio being picked up by the microphone when the songs are playing. I've been muting to prevent that, but it sounds like no one really commented on it, so maybe it's not very disruptive, or you can or can't. Was that a typo, Kyle, or you? I see the apostrophe, but I don't need to mute, says that. Okay. All right. Then I won't mute. Thad asked, Nick, how often do you listen to the soundboard recordings of these shows? I'll usually try to listen through at least once. I usually don't make it all the way through. I'll end the show thinking we just friggin' killed it, and then I'll listen to the first song and be like, I don't think I should listen to this. It's usually not a fun experience for me, but there is benefits to going back. It's like watching tape after a game, figuring out where are the spots that need improvement. But no, I don't go out of my way. I don't spend much time listening to soundboard recordings at all. I love Spineless. I love playing it live. I really think that was a really strong performance of it. And I love the lighting on that one. I think that might be one of the most interesting looking songs of this whole show, and it makes me think these guys must have done some research, because I never really connected the dots till just now, but it almost looked black and white, which was the Spineless music video. I don't know if that was a coincidence or if that was intentional, but I really, really love that. So, yeah, let's keep going.
So I don't know if you guys watch the news or anything, but there's this guy. He's the president of the United States. His name's Joe Biden, and he's coming for all of our meat. But I got a few tips. If you got a paper and pen, pull them out, all right? We're gonna go over them real quick. Take your meat, so you better find eyes by the knee counts. Joe Biden wants to take your meat, so you better find eyes by the knee won't think Stuff them in your puppets, so tuck them in the tops of the toilet. Dump them in a trumpet, something so you can enjoy it. Just scream it from, greeting me, loving Joe Biden. Trouble if he succeeds. Grimace says it's a prophecy. When the men think it's honest if they can't be. Joe Biden, I'm begging, please. There are so many other foods you can eat. Joe Biden is hell unleashed. If the men in the tunnel don't get there. Grimace says it'll be hell unleashed. If the men in the tunnel don't get there. Grimace says it won't be hell unleashed. If the men in the tunnel don't get there. Joe Biden was a day young, so you better buy eyes by the
Joe Biden wants to take your meat. Classic. I'm just watching that and thinking, man, I could not play that song right now. Very intimidating. I think I saw some. Carrie asked about guitar pedals. I don't use a lot of effects at all. I do have a reverb pedal and like a distortion, a tube screamer pedal that gives it some grit. And I got a tuner, of course. And an octave pedal that I don't use very often. I have a wah pedal that I don't use very often. And that's pretty much it. That's all it's worth talking about there. But I'm not good at any of them. I don't really know how to use any of them. I'm very bad at guitars and tech and pedals and all that stuff, unfortunately. I wish I was better at it. Kyle has a funny little comment about he always wonders what the security at shows like these thinks, and we've had similar thoughts. There was this one guy who was really sweet at Gramercy, I think, and he was like an older dude and like kind of a biker vibe, super helpful, and like couldn't have been more like sweet and encouraging and loved the music so much, but he kind of seemed like he probably was a fan of Donald Trump, and he had made some comments after the show about, man, you guys are the best. I love how you're not afraid to stick it to both sides. So I kind of I had the impression that maybe he thought some of these songs about Joe Biden were sincere, maybe, but very, very sweet, helpful guy nonetheless. And with that, we'll keep moving.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum running giant dead factories, keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? Like, go out and face these scum. They literally cried out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming they love Satan. They wanna eat babies. I have them on video. With Hillary's and the creepy weird sick stuff man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman. His mother wears a hood over her head. What the Roman number one is ugly.
I feel like now is as good a time as ever.
I guess technically I co-wrote that song with Alex Jones, believe it or not.
It's kind of a weird move because then, of course, people are going to boo, and then I feel like I'm being booed, so I shouldn't even bring him up. This I need to mention. This is my Guy Fieri. I got this. I ordered ceviche out of this. Actually, no, maybe. I think I got this at the Cancun airport at Guy Fieri's restaurant. It's a skull. That's what I'm drinking out of. I ate ceviche out of one of these. I think I had a Bloody Mary, and it was like a couple extra bucks to get to keep the skull. It's my first time drinking out of it, actually. And no, I don't think I've seen anyone remark on it, but this is. I wanted to shout out Guy Fieri in my mug tonight. And with that, we'll keep moving.
Swinging for the fences, hanging from the moon. I cut my tongue on the rust of a silver spoon. I bet my belly bottom dollar on a hopeless cave. Now the devil in my shoulder as an after my face. Sometimes the shoulder knows the stick is the sharp. Sometimes the only road to dig is the dark. Sometimes all you gotta say is that it makes you go. And sometimes the only way out is out the car. Up and on both sides of the path, but ain't no money in my monkey out of my monkey ass. Sometimes the shutting and the thinking the job. Sometimes the order of the taking the dark. Sometimes they ain't gotta say that it makes you go. When sometimes the only way out is out the car. Sometimes you gotta finish what you shouldn't have started. Sometimes you gotta shoot before you see the target. Sometimes daddy's gonna say, you know when the money brings it all, it's done it all in these. To the mailbox with a letter in your hand, but the postman's gone away and you begin to understand you're no here to the story, it's just another wretched pawn. You bought your tickets to the sideshow, step through the alarm. Sometimes the short end of the stick is the sharpest. Sometimes the only road to take is the darkest. Sometimes all you gotta say is that it make it go, and sometimes the only way out is as a card. Sometimes you gotta finish what you shouldn't have started. Sometimes you gotta shoot before you see the target. Sometimes daddy's gonna say, you're not with the path to pay. Sometimes the tunnel on it leads to darkness. Sometimes the turning and the sick is the short. Sometimes the only road to take is the dark. Sometimes daddy's gonna say, you know, make it go away. Sometimes the only way out is out the cars. Sometimes you gotta finish what you shouldn't have started. Sometimes you gotta shoot before you see the target. It's gonna say, you know, it's the better, 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 better.
So there's some good questions, good discussion happening in the chat here about sometimes. And I had talked about before how I have a song called All Shook Up. Tell me if you guys can hear this real quick. I bet you can't. Can you hear that? My keyboard here? Okay, cool. That's beautiful. So All Shook Up is a song I wrote on the piano. It goes like this. And at the time I was writing Swords, etc., there was this kind of weird thing where All Shook Up was by far the standout. Like, music video, streaming services had way more views than anything else. I think it was my first song to hit 1 million views on Spotify, and while everything else just had thousands. And I was pretty far along, maybe 75% through writing Swords, and I had not written sometimes. And I was thinking, I really don't feel like this album has its All Shook Up, which is kind of like, I feel like All Shook Up probably is the most high energy, kind of fast moving. I'm sorry, I'm getting a weird delay, so I'm not playing it really. So I'm thinking this album, I know it kind of, their Stairwell and Sideshow, it kind of has this dark circus energy, and I thought to myself, is there a way I can take elements of what worked about All Shook Up and see if they make sense in the context of this dark circus? So I changed up. Sorry, I can't remember how to play. I don't even know how to play it. Yeah. Versus. I'm gonna mute this because this is just, I can't. It's really, the delays are really throwing me a bit. Versus. So there's similarities there, and just the kind of the. And and it worked because sometimes it's by far the most. But there's no really commonality between the two songs other than kind of how they get started. And I did it again with Spirit Halloween Part 3. Let me see if I can remember how to play that one. All I wanna see is Spirit Halloween in every single store on every single street. Think a global proclamation. And I kind of did the same thing there too. But anyways, Carrie's question was, did I do that for this new album? And I did say that I was going to try to, but I couldn't. I had nothing. It didn't ever feel right. There's another thing someone in here said was the thing that I talked about, how badly I disliked my songwriting classes in school, which was essentially like, if you want to get a hit song on the radio, turn on the radio and repeat what you hear and just change it enough to where you don't get in trouble for it. And I really... Oh, great, you guys couldn't hear the piano. What happened? I'm so dumb. I muted it so I couldn't hear it, not realizing that you guys also couldn't hear it. That was really stupid. Anyways. So yeah, I did try to do that for this new album, and I was just talking about how my songwriting classes, I really didn't like that method of trying to copy whatever was hot and whatever was happening, and that didn't feel like a cool way to exercise creative expression in my mind. And but there was something that was really exciting about taking a song that I had made and trying to interpolate it in a different context. That was very interesting and fun to me, and it was very similar to the kind of work I was doing in Super Deluxe, taking these things and putting them in other contexts. Anyways, I did try to do that for this new album. Long story short, and I didn't land on anything that I enjoyed or I was happy with. But there is one song that I'm really, really excited about that I didn't sit down and intend there to be much common DNA, but I do think in retrospect there is some. So I feel like there's a song on this new album that shares a lot of common DNA with sometimes, or at least does more so than the other songs, but it was not like intentional. It wasn't a thing that I sat down and intentionally tried to do. Anyways, I've rambled for far too long. I've wasted enough of your time. Let's keep this show rolling.
Hey, thank you guys so much. We got a few more for you. You guys want us to play everything one more time? Okay. Well, the reason I don't like to talk a lot about these songs is because almost every single one of them represents a major failure in my life. And this next one is about the time I was trying very badly to get a job in children's programming. And I was shunned. But really, I mean, look at me now. It's their loss ultimately. And now I have my own baby, and I make her laugh all the time. So I'm frankly better off. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I'm not strange, I'm not a loser. Grandma left cause of my songs on the computer. Give me a show on Nick Jr. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I got strange, I'm not a loser. I got a vision but I lost it in the sewer. Give me a show on Nick Jr. My name is also Nick, and children love my songs. Grandma's got puppets in her basement, and I play with them all night long. And I can hold my breath, singing at the same time. I know all my letters, I can go so high. 1, 2, 3. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I'm not straight, I'm not a loser. I had a listen but I lost it in the sewer. Give me a show on Nick Jr. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I got straight, I'm not a loser. I don't need caterpillars.
I got bad news, Carrie.
Show on Nick Jr. I can sing so hard, and I can dance so fast. Pay me minimum wage, I'll kick your competitors' ratings ass. I can sing so hard, and I can dance so fast. Pay me minimum wage, I'll kick your competitors' ratings ass. I got brains, a good sense of humor. I need a show on Nick Jr. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I'm gonna change my name to Nick Von Jr. I got brains and a good sense of humor. Nick show on Nick Jr. I got brains and a good sense of humor. I'm gonna change my name to Nick Von Jr.
You guys know how hard it's been to not leak this Ren and Stimpy theme song for 6 months? Hopefully you guys will be able to hear it soon. My goodness. That was Give Me a Show on Nick Jr. Mixed feelings on that one live. I know it's high energy, but man, it takes a lot out of me. And it's very repetitive. Same 3 chords over again. It's hard to sing. For some reason, I can never get the lyrics right. It's one of those songs I feel like it's always got to be in there somewhere. But there's a little bit of a it's a frenemy. Man asked, "What in Gremlin hell is going on with Ren and Stimpy?" I don't know if I'm even allowed to talk about this. I don't know if I have talked about this, but what I know, it's going to be on Comedy Central. I don't even know if that's public knowledge. So you guys know that. I hear that they're waiting to air it with South Park. So they're waiting for South Park to come back. And South Park carries so much weight at Comedy Central that basically Comedy Central doesn't tell South Park when to come back. South Park tells Comedy Central when it's coming back. And they do that on very short notice, and they have no idea when they're going to do it. So the show is done. They're just waiting for South Park to say, hey, we're coming back on these dates. And they initially told me it was going to be in February, and then that moved back, and now they're saying it's going to be June. And so who knows? It could very well be. It's going to be sometime this year, but they don't know when. Let's just hope it's not Fairview 2.0. Anyways, let's keep going.
There was a secret man in Grandma's stairs that looks like Dan, not Aykroyd, Bonaducci, or Marino. You all know the Dan in which I speak. He lives within the RNC, the muscle-bound Mustachio Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. About the man in the stairs, he kinda looks like Dan Bongino. Grandma tried to tell me not to go down there, and I will be safe with Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be. At the RNC, I wanna see Patricia McCloskey. I wanna scream for the. I'm gonna sit with Dan Bongino. I'm gonna show him the American flag that hangs behind the toilet in Grandma's basement. I'm gonna ask him if he'll be my dad. I'm gonna change my name to Nick Bongino. Grandma tries to tell me not to go down there, but I would be safe with Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the RNC. I wanna be like Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. Oh.
So Dan, I saw you had asked something a minute ago about something about it on Friday night. Do we intend to end with this originally? I can't remember what the case was, but I know that recently I went back and listened to that soundboard, and I was shocked that this was happening, and I came back out and I just said, like, wow, come on, great stuff. Like, we didn't anticipate that people would keep going and going and going. So after Friday night, we definitely had the discussion of, like, we got to get back in there and, like, resolve it because that's just too awkward, just walking out and be like, okay, good job. Like, and obviously that's been a staple of the show ever since. So that was a cool discovery on Friday night, but it's kind of people, I feel like people were like, oh, really, that's it? Like, we thought we were building to something. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my feeling about it. It was so loud, and it doesn't feel very loud right now. Hell yup, Nam Fodell. Looking forward to seeing you in August.
I wanna be at the end. I wanna be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the end. Be like Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the end. I wanna be at Dan Bongino. I wanna be at the end. I wanna be like Dan Bongino.
So we are now technically in the encore, and we still have more than
I know what you're.
we still have more than 25 minutes left. Can you believe this? My goodness. All right, let's keep rolling.
We're all thinking, where in Gremlin Hell is Spirit Halloween? I've written about an hour's worth of songs about Spirit Halloween. And we're going to dedicate this next chunk of time to some of those songs. Did you guys hear that Spirit Halloween is making a movie? No. Don't boo. Don't boo. This is what you need to do. You guys need to pull out your phones. You need to call your senators and say, we're not voting until we cast Nick Let's Go and all Spirit Halloween. It's the right thing to do. I know this already. You need to call your senators and tell them. This is the theme for Spirit Halloween. Grandma wins, she can't stop screaming. Here's the thing about Spirit Halloween. They got skeletons. I had a dream about Spirit Halloween. They called me up and said they need a new theme song. $1,000 for 100 retweets. I said okay. They said sweet, so this is the theme for Spirit Halloween. They got goons in good locations on every single street, saving the global economy. In my dream about Spirit Halloween, I had them specify the terms of my payment was $1,000 will reach 100 retweets. They said yep. I said sweet. My bingo is acting cause that's let's go dash one. Before she hung up, she said she was a skeleton. It's the theme, Spirit Halloween. Guaranteed to give you a thrill. And to the queen, it's Spirit Halloween. On in the building cause everything's in your Bezos kid. You pay the murder, bonds and gold. You pay the murder to see it. You pay the murder, toys R Us. Halloween is almost here. You pay the murder, bonds and over. You pay the murder, see it. You pay the murder, toys R Us.
Something we haven't really done in a while. The trilogy.
100% true story. It's a tale as old as time. I take my grandma to Spirit Halloween. She starts screaming her head off. She hates Halloween. She hates Krampus, Scarecrow. She hates Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, Freddy Krueger's, Mike Myers. She hates Halloween. So I take her aside. I'm like, Grandma, you're causing a scene. You gotta settle down. We gotta get out of here. She screamed for 7 days. I'm like, take a nap, anything, just chill. And she finally settled down, and I think to myself, there's something powerful here, that this store can have this kind of effect on mortal man. So I write this song, the theme to Spirit Halloween, and I get 10,000 retweets. That's 100K, that's not chump change. So I think to myself, how will I invest this money? And I decided I'm gonna turn my house, Grandma's house, into a Spirit Halloween. I turned Grandma's house into a Spirit Halloween. Of course, I'm a rich man, but $100,000 is a finite amount of money. And these animatronics are not cheap. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I gonna turn Grandma's house into a Spirit Halloween when she hates Wolfman, Dracula, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, all these figures? I'm like, I gotta get her out of the house. It's gonna be chaos. So I get on the old computer and I Google cheapest hotel in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Bing, Motel 6. Get in the car, Grandma. We're going to a mountain. Grandma in a hotel set. It's been $100,000 on every time. It's like, I don't need me to get rich. So now I'm gonna go a party and I reach my spirit. I turn my house into a spirit. I don't mean I got clouds in the kitchen. I got lemons on the keys. I got skeletons too. It's almost Halloween. I let you know what to do. You got to unleash your spirit. You got to unleash your spirit. Grab it. Unleash your spirit. You got to unleash your spirit. So now I'm bobbing for rascals with the boy. I got scared in the other room. Making all kinds of noise. I got heaven and devil bringing me on live. I keep forgetting scarecrows in the corner. Getting on my nerves. My house is possessed by spirit Halloween. I burn all the smoke alarms and it's up on my teeth. I had a dream. The dream came true. It's almost Halloween. I think you know what to do. You got to unleash your spirit. You got to unleash your spirit. Scarecrow, unleash your spirit. You got to unleash your spirit. Who invited this guy to my house? You're not supposed to be here. I need you to get out. You're ruining my party. You're disrupting my song. You turn my friends against me. You're not very strong. My house is haunted by spirit Halloween. They locked me in my basement and no one can hear the scream. I had a dream and I didn't think it through. Please call my grandma. I think she knows what to do. Can someone please go get my grandma? Someone go get my grandma. Please go get my grandma. Please go get my grandma. So Grandma took her sweet time coming home. I was accused of her murder. It was a whole thing. We don't need to get into that. And if you guys know my grandma, she's always going on about prophecies, about these men that live in the tunnels underneath her house, and if we don't feed them meat, they rise up and unleash hell on earth. And turned out she was right. Yeah, you know, Joe Biden took our meat. And, you know, Ernest came, he needed 5 million retweets. You guys got maybe 3,000. So that's frankly embarrassing for you, not me. I did my part, and you guys failed on a massive level there in that one. Anyways, the tunnel men, they rise up in a mass exodus. Hundreds, thousands of tunnel men leave Grandma's basement. And I watch them take over, and I watch government, business, infrastructure fall. And as all this happens, I think to myself, this is an opportunity for someone, somewhere to step up and lead. And maybe I got what it takes. With a 3-tier system, do you guys know the 3 tiers? It all starts with number 1. What's the number 1 motivator for all people? Candy. And who will be the fall guy for all my legal schemes? Beetlejuice. And how are we gonna pay for everything? Mandatory Halloween tax. Bingo, you got it. which a lot of you aren't paying, by the way, and there will be beheadings after the show in the back alley. Did I just live through the apocalypse? Is there any sense in pretending things might be okay again? If I had to guess, if there was any way out of this, I'd say, why not shut it all down, build it back right? But all I want to see is Spirit Halloween in every single store, on every single street. Make a global proclamation from sea to shining sea, with Beetlejuice as president and I will be the king. Why not make what's left of the planet into Spirit Halloween? Why not turn what's left of the planet into Spirit Halloween? We're gonna change every day to the 31st never-ending year of October. Beatles will be president in the morning, and our responsibilities will fall on my shoulders. It's gonna be goddamn and a mandatory Halloween dance. Hey, directly with the forward monthly installment, but there's no need to get to the ways on that right now, because all I wanna see is Spirit Halloween. Change the ending of Titanic when the ship began to sink. Beetlejuice pop out with a banner and sing. This is the thing for Spirit Halloween. It's a Hollywood sign to Spirit Halloween. Turn my Rushmore into skeletons, but also include me. We'll be a better place, and if Grandma disagrees, we'll send her into outer space where no one can ever see. Why not make what's left of the planet Spirit Halloween? Why not turn what's left of the planet? Beetlejuice isn't a fan of my Halloween taxes being held as a political prisoner. Millions march demanding my execution, but they're all just a little bit bitter. I gave them candy. What about the candy? I need my candy. Give me back my candy. Thank you, guys.
Dear Lord. All right, let's pause. We got one more song, I think. Okay, that's the Spirit Halloween trilogy. My goodness. It's very cool that we have a record of that. And I think that's a great, that maybe is as good as we ever did it. Those 3 songs. And man, it's the reason we don't really do that anymore is because it's just so, that's 15 minutes of a set, and it's when you're writing out a set list, and looking at it, it's like, okay, if we do the trilogy, that means we don't get to do Morning Star, we don't get to do Stairwell, you know what I mean? Like some of these songs that add up lengthwise, you got to start. So trying to seed songs here and there along the way has become more of the route, and I also think like all of the interludes there were very of that time. And relevant to that time. It'd be kind of weird if I were still going on and on about the Man in the Tunnels and Ernest and all these things in 2024 and beyond. But of course, we're always going to strive to find ways to make these shows fun and interesting. I think a couple big takeaways. We're nearing the end here, and one is just, holy hell, Greg Fundis. I mean, unbelievable that he was able to do this. I mean, I already knew it was an incredible feat, but just I think I somehow managed to downplay just how much he killed it, man. It's just phenomenal work, and just mind-blowing that we're able to pull this off. It really makes no sense to me in hindsight. It's really remarkable, very cool. The other thing is looking back and just realizing like how much the show has developed, and like Cowboy John, my interactions with him have become so much more of a staple. Of course, we got a kind of a glimpse of that with country radio and Boat Parade. And of course, with Greasy and the AI Greasy, computer Greasy, we have, he has a much more prominent role in the show. And then, of course, there are some shows where we have Desmond, and I'm interested how, and you can be candid, be honest. How do you guys feel? This look. This is kind of the origin of the 100K band, and you can look on through its history over the next year and a half, 2 years, and see if you think if you're happy with it. Would you like it? Would you like keeping it about the music and plowing through a bunch of songs, or do you like seeing some of the more theatrical comedy elements in between, and having the band more interactive and engaging with me and the audience? I don't know. I'm curious to know how you all feel about all that. Anyways, I thought that was such a long song. I feel like there probably were some questions in there, and I've just forgot that I've read them. I'm quickly scrolling through just to see if there's anything in here. Oh, someone did ask about the animatronic. Yes, Spirit Halloween paid for the Unleash Your Spirit video. They paid for all those animatronics, and I still have some of them, but I've either given them away. I've given a lot of them away because they're hard to store and maintain. But I still have Krampus, and I still have the giant pumpkin man, and I still have Scarecrow, and I gave Eric some. I think Eric has Uncle Charlie and Beetlejuice. Anyways, let's wrap this thing up. We're gonna watch the final song.
It's done. He's been executed. I am the king and president of Halloween, reinstated, all right? Thank you. We'll play one more. I think that's what you guys are trying to say, right? Hey, come say hello at the merch booth on your way out, all right? I would love to say hello. We so appreciate you guys coming here. This is insane. I played Chicago for the first time 10 years ago at a place called Uncommon Ground, and there was like half a dozen people there. And this is probably the only song in the whole repertoire of this evening that I played at that last show, so I'm gonna end the night with this one. It's called All Shook Up, and I'll be like, well, I was all shook up in the middle of Memphis. She stabbed me with a cigarette while kissing a crucifix. Told me in confidence when I was looking out for lipstick, I don't wanna die in Tennessee, I wanna be different with Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you the $100,000 band.
It's not really an introduction at this point.
Listen, these guys cost $100,000. I didn't take that into consideration when I planned the ticket prices, and I'm deeply in the hole. So if you can Venmo me each $500, $600, $700, it'll get me close to where I need to be. So if you go ahead and pull out your phones and do that right now, that'd be very much appreciated. As you're doing that, we're going to introduce the fantastic Gen Z Asa Williams on trumpet.
The keys are in a loop that Greg Fundis is operating, Carrie.
Hell yeah, Asa. And of course, we have the fantastic Greasy Rick on the bass guitar. You all know Greasy, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the privilege to introduce you all to the great Greg Fundis on drums. Poor Cowboy John's got to follow that. Give it your best, Cowboy John. Let's see what you got. John. I knew she couldn't hear me, but the look upon her face, it seemed as if she had been scared of me. And I woke up hours later with her arms around my throat, and in the distance I heard racing playing on my stereo. I said, I'm down here, Jesus, please, Mr. Presley, no. Time in time when I was just on the road, and I got up in the middle, and she stabbed me with a cigarette, but kissing the crucifix. Told me in confidence when I was taking out for lipstick, I don't want to die in Tennessee, wanna be different. Yes, I you. We'll see you next time. Can we take our picture with you? Where are you guys going? We gotta take a selfie. Come here. All right, everybody say hell yeah. Where's Asa? Asa, get in there. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
That's my first time seeing that, I think. Hell yeah up, everybody. That's the end of the show. I don't want to, it says there's 53 seconds left, but I assume it's just the crowd clearing out. Oh, there I am. Very cool. All right, guys, that's a wrap. What a way to end it. Going back to the beginning, all shook up. I'll say, that's one that loop, that keyboard's going throughout the whole song, and I think Adam does a lot with the loop, bringing it in, bringing it out. It's a lot more dynamic, and it was kind of hard listening to it just constant throughout there. But again, you can only do so much in such a short amount of time. And anyways, I don't know. Maybe let's do a rapid fire AMA. I'll answer a few questions before we wrap up here. If I missed anyone's questions that you guys are dying to know, Kyle, I see you're talking about a violin for some reason, and I don't know. That's it's a thought I've had recently, but I shouldn't even be saying that because I didn't even talk to the band about it. But there's a lot of songs on this new record that I was like, man, violin would really be a cool addition live, and maybe that's something we want to talk about. But I should definitely talk to my band about it before I talk to you guys about it. So maybe that's a thing that'll happen in the future. Maybe it never will. All right, so I'm gonna check the chat. Let's see if we've got any questions before we say good night to you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. This has been a crazy 2 years, and I'm gonna answer some questions. All right, Jose says, do the venues have a time cutoff for shows to be wrapped up by? Yes, it does vary by venue. There's never some venues don't care. Others are like, you need to be off in an hour and a half, and it always stresses us out because I don't think we've ever done a show that's under 2 hours. And but usually I make my manager be bad cop and figure out what we need to do to get us to whatever we need to do. But yeah, some places have hard cutoffs and others are great, and they're the biggest thing is getting people out at a certain time, and I think because I've typically, a lot of bands don't hang out at the merch booth after shows like I do, which can prolong, the people getting out of the building by hours, and that's the trickiest thing is they want everyone out of the building by a certain time, and we gotta make sure that the set is wrapped by a certain time if we have enough time to see people before they leave. Anyways, let me look see if there's any other questions here. How am I feeling about this year, Nick? Carrie asked that. I can feel it feels like it's slipping away from me. I mean, I'm feeling great about the new music. I'm chomping at the bit to get it out there. We're working as hard and as fast as we can. I really feel like we've gotten to the place where I could tinker for eternally with this record. And I really don't want to do that. I know that before I even started this thing, I wanted to keep some songs in the computer energy moving into this project, or at least a hybrid between Swords and Songs Computer where I'm intentional and thoughtful and really try to make something that, isn't totally thrown together and not well thought through or whatever. But I also wanted to keep that spirit of going with the first instinct and not just like tinkering for years on end with things. So I'm really working very hard to try to get all this music out by the end of this year, and I feel like a crazy person. It's so much work, and I just hope that it's worth it. I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope we can reach new people. We can help. If we can get back on the road next year, and more people will be more excited to see us. But yeah, a lot of big things are in the works. Working on a lot of I've been talking about these music videos we're planning. I'm pretty excited about that. The mixes coming back are sounding fantastic. We're working on artwork that I'm insanely excited about. Don't want to spill those beans. I think we got an album title. I'm also not going to spill that bean just yet, but things are coming together. I'm very, very excited about this year, but I'm also looking at how much has already passed, and I think of all the things that I did in the past years, and it's kind of stressing me out. Like the clock is moving, and I want to get back at it. So that's how I feel. Kyle says I'm super interested in the warehouse story. I don't know if that's directed at me because I don't know what the warehouse story is. So maybe provide some more information if I'm supposed to know what that means. Nick, are these shows more financial or more personal and passionate? I don't necessarily know what that means. Am I doing it for monetary gain or am I doing it for a personal reason? Definitely not monetary gain. There's definitely easier ways for me to make money. That said, there's I think for everyone in the band, we're all trying to invest in a thing that we're hoping to get to a level. There, we can make some quick money, couple $100 a show per bandmate, from these shows. But it's not like anyone's getting a salary from playing live at this point. Like we gotta climb up quite a few rungs on the ladder to get to that stage, unfortunately. So there's not a huge financial incentive currently, but maybe, hopefully one day we can get there. Is there anything new you're going to try in the live shows that you're psyched about? Great question. I haven't even crossed that bridge yet, but no, I don't have anything currently, but I think one of the things that was top of mind watching this show is just finding ways to not let the show get stale, finding ways to subvert expectations constantly, keep things moving, evolving, and I have no idea what that'll look like, but it's something that I need to start thinking about big time. If we make it in August, I'm bringing my drone, says Kyle. Hell yup. Lissa says, do you ever think about going back and re-recording older songs? I haven't spent much time thinking about that at all, and at least not these days. But maybe, who knows, maybe I'll pull a T-Swift one day and re-record everything for the fun of it. Because of the live versions. Yeah, that is a great, I do watch this thing in particular, and I really realize that the band elevates so many of these songs a lot. What I would love to do, Lissa, is a live album or a live compilation of some kind. I think that'd be really cool. All right, let's keep going. Dan says, there have been no beans spilled in this stream. Kind of sad. I could probably spill a bean. I had dinner with Karen and Eric tonight. There's my bean. We had a pizza, Georgie's Pizzas. Great time. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching this stream. I wish I prepared maybe some final thoughts, but it's a surreal thing. 2 years. It feels like, I feel like I should feel like it's not been that long, but it feels like it's been longer. It feels like so much time has passed, frankly. I think my chat has frozen because I have two windows up here, and I see the chat's going off over here on the left. Maybe I should keep my eyes on this one, because on my OBS thing, the last one I got is from Carrie. It says, "Cool, man. I can't imagine I won't be anything less than incredible. Thanks, man. You rock, and I'm stoked for the new album." Thank you, Carrie. I'm seeing I have a lot more chat on actual YouTube. So let me glance. Let me see if there's anything else worth addressing before I move along. Okay, it's just all you guys being really sweet and saying thanks and stuff. So, anyways, thank you guys. You guys are the best. This was fun. This was cool. It was a nice walk down memory lane. And I'm excited to start playing again. that was a lot of fun for me to watch. And God bless you all, and we'll talk soon. Feliz.